Hello and welcome to the Tigre.pup channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how I redid my wig to include more highlights. If you would like to see how I accomplished this, then please keep watching. Okay, so right here, I'm just doing a continuation of retesting vendor wig number 1. In that video, I told you about a wig I had purchased, which was a frontal, and I decided to switch over to 5x5 lace fronts. And I did a lightening procedure on that wig, and I didn't like it because I don't know if you saw it had a big bold line in it. So I'm going to use my Colorfix and remove the all over color that I had put on there, and we're going to start with the video. Right here, I'm just showing you what's in the Colorfix box. 1, 2, and 3. Of course, we're not going to use number 3. We're just going to use number 1 and number 2. You're going to apply it in equal parts. Starting here with the number 1. Apply the whole bottle. And then I'm going to go in next with the number 2. And again, apply the whole bottle. And I'm going to shake it up as best as I can to make sure everything is evenly emulsified. And then I'm going to apply the product on the hair as fast as I can. And I'm going to spread the hair open to make sure everything is nicely coated, evenly coated and everything. So that's what you see me doing here. Okay, so now that I have it applied to my satisfaction, from what I could see, I'm going to gather the hair all together and put it in a clip. And I'm going to wrap it up with a plastic bag. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of heat on a low setting and let it process. Okay, so right here I'm showing you the before That's what it's looking like before, and here is the after. Looks a little bit lighter, but not very much. But at least I don't have to worry about tint on tint, which tint cannot remove tint. So right here, I'm just showing you my sectioning here. The bottom is separated from the rest, and I'm going to highlight everything other than that. So just give you a brief look at my highlighting at the very top, so I can get that money piece look or whatever. So doing like a little tease, and this one is going to be a full-on lightener, and then I'm going to try to alternate the depth by which I put the lightener. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm going to high in some and low in others. When I say high, I mean close to the scalp or a little bit further, but not trying to make it nice and even on throughout or whatever. So I'm just going to work out the top, and you get to see what I'm doing here. Hopefully it'll make sense. Doing a back-to-back, so as a tease in the first one, and I'm going to just do this one straight up and try to feather the very end so I don't get like a blunt lightning strip, and because I want that money piece, and we'll just continue as this goes along. Okay, so now I'm gonna I'm folding that one nice and tight, and I'm gonna skip one for dimension, because if you just keep going back and back, it's just gonna look like one monotone color. So the next one I'm gonna go in, I believe I'm gonna weave that one in, try to make it even, because I want my money piece and everything else to be more blended. So I'm just gonna continue here along the basically like a railroad parting in the front, where the 5x5 closure is, and I'm just going to work my way in, and we're going to see how this all turns out. Okay, so now we're off to the side. I'm only going to do one section because it's pretty much the same throughout. I'm going to take my little section here starting at the bottom. I believe I'm going to weave that and then skip like an inch with hair, and then I'm going to go in and slice, if that makes any sense. So it's like weave, slice, weave, hair, and then slice, and alternate like that. So because I didn't tease that section, I'm kind of like feathering the edges so that it's not a big blunt line right there. And I'm just going to work that throughout the hair, as you can see me doing here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave out that section here. And going on to the next section, which we did a weave in the previous section. So right here I'm going to do a slice, and for me to do the slice without trying to make a big bold line in there, I'm teasing the hair to kind of like make it where it's like more diffused and well blended. So again, I'm going to apply the color, try to feather it right at the ends, and then apply my solution. I'm shifting the hair back and forth to make sure it's evenly coated throughout the entire strand, not just on the top, because then you'll get like a blotchy, splotchy look to it, and that's not good. So I continued this throughout the entire head. Okay, so this is what the hairs look like while it's processing. And while it's processing, I hope you noticed that I kind of like made it kind of low because I didn't in the back. But I'm going to go and do my demi-permanent color because it's already pretty light and using a 5N and a 5G. I didn't want to use the G, but that's all I had. So mixing the 5N and 5G, I worked in the back, and I'm going to go throughout the entire strand. Not the strand, but the leftover strands of hair. And I pulled the color up as high as I can. It turns out I ended up running out of hair color eventually, so I was only able to do the back section. So in the front, it's going to be a different formulation. I'm using the 5G again, but this time with 6NW for the front area, like yeah, pretty much the front area. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. I had to make another bottle of hair color. Again with volume 10 because I only need to deposit. This is not lifting anything. I've already done the lifting when I did that lightening process in the retesting vendor wig number one. Number one. So trying to get in there, make sure I get everything nicely coated. If I have to go in through T's, I'll go in through the T's with the color. But don't want to leave anything out. Even if you think it's black, it still has a little bit of that lightened hair color mixed or blended in. So I pretty much just cover everything as best as I can. Okay, so here's what we're looking like after we had our lightening process and our coloring demi-permanent. So now I'm going to go in with T27. I'm going to re-wet the hair because it's applied to damp hair. So as you can see here, I'm mixing the hair with some water because I'm not going to shampoo it again. And I'm going to towel blot the excess. That's what you see me doing. And right here, I'm just applying the color, the T27 in a bottle, and making sure that I go all the way up to the top because you never know what strands are lightened in between. Because like I said, I had to do the weaving and I had to get really pretty close. So yeah, it's entire head, and I'm going to separate the hair and make sure everything's nicely coated, because if you don't, you can miss a couple of spots. So here I am at the very top. I'm just trying to show you what it looks like when you're applying it to the top so you don't stain your lace. So I'm applying through the mid shaft and ends first, and then I'm going to take a little bit and put it close to the scalp, but not on the scalp. And eventually I'm going to end up having to comb that in as best as I can, because I don't want to stain my lace and have like a different color lace from my natural skin tone. So yeah, just see what I'm doing here. And I was using my finger to try to blend it up, not down, because the last thing I want to do is stain that lace. So just combing that hair color through, opening the hair to make sure every strand is coated, because the last thing you want to do is have spots that you miss and you have to go back and do them, or just leave them as they are and it's just looking kind of wacky. Okay, so here is what it's looked like while it's processing. As you can see, the color is a lot darker than it was before. Here is the completed look. I decided to do a roller set because this was supposed to be a body wave, and I wanted to add some body because the last video I did with the wig, I did a straight look. So we're going to do an up and down, kind of like a, you know, texture, see what's going on, because I have like the dark brown of the natural color of the wig. Then I have like a light brown mixed with a beige blonde, which honestly, now looking at it, it looks like it's just like from going light to dark. I don't really see the variation in tone, in my opinion. If you do, you have to look pretty close. So here is what the hair looks like. I'm using, this particular wig had like a elastic band. I have a big forehead already, and if I'm going to wear a wig, I like it like if I have the option to make it closer towards, you know, like a smaller forehead, I would. But this is what you Anyway, this is what the hair is looking like. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something in the process. And I just want to thank you for watching. You know, it's so funny. It only seems like those notifications come along when you're in the middle of doing a video. Well, I tell you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.